Right, David, good to see you. It's been quite a wee while since we last spoke.
It has, and that's something we want to ensure that there's a bit more frequent communication. I know a number of supporters have commented on it, and that's on us. We take that on board, and the intention is to communicate with probably a bit more frequency this season, giving fans updates on not only what's happening on the grass, but also what's happening around the stadium and around the club as well.
Yeah, and speaking of that, the grass is looking lovely just behind you there. It's looking all prepared for the new season. But before we get to the actual stuff on the pitch, it's been a really busy summer here at the stadium as well.
Yeah, I mean, with the nation qualifying for the Euros, we thought it'd be a great opportunity to create something special here. So we developed the fan zone, and more than 9,000 people attended the 4 or 5 events that we did across that 10-day period. That felt like, not only for the club but for the city, it was really a nice thing to do. Great, we made a wee bit of money from it, but also we delivered something that I think was really great for the whole city to get behind. And a bit disappointed Scotland couldn't have won more games over in Germany, but I think those that attended, the feedback we've had is that they had a great time at that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we were probably the only club in Scotland doing something like that as well. So it's great to see that sort of innovation. Let's move on to stuff on the pitch and I guess a wee bit off the pitch as well. Some new signings have come in over the summer as well. I know there's lots of fans looking at other clubs and the players that they're signing. Just talk us through the sort of recruitment process over the summer.
Yeah, and look, I think we are aware that some supporters were expecting us or hoping that we were going to be active with 8 to 10 signings. The reality is, coming off the back of last season, we had a ridiculous injury situation that's well documented and well spoken about. We had 15 players, first team players under contract coming back to this season. First and foremost, we needed to get them coming back to pre-season in really good condition so that we could have a really strong pre-season and start well. So this season for us was always about being prudent and adding quality to that group. There was never an intention to sign 8 to 10 players. So the focus was on signing players of a quality in areas that we'd identified. Chris Kane came in and had a loan spell last season and did really well. We assessed our options and we felt Chris Kane was our number one priority target as a striker to enhance that group. We were able to secure him early on, which I think time will be the test of that, but we think he'll be a really strong signing for us. We identified, an experienced player in the attacking midfield area. David Wotherspoon was our first target. Obviously, it was a player that we were close to signing last year. Weren't able to get it over the line, but we retain a strong relationship with him, and to get David done before any of the competitive matches as well was an important one. Josh Edwards moved on, got a great opportunity down in League One, so he goes with our blessing. Thank him for 5 great years with us as well. Early we identified Kieran Ngwenya as somebody that we thought very similar profile of athleticism and ability to get up and down the left. So again, priority 1 target in the left back area we were able to sign. So they're 3 crucial signings we think for the season ahead. Getting players back though, a fit Kyle Benedictus is like a new signing for us. Benny had such a difficult year last year, and as a group we suffered from that. So getting players back consistently and being able to get them on the grass this year, we feel that we've got the nucleus of a strong group.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess there's only one sort of cloud in that thing, which is Matty Todd, who's picked up quite a serious injury, I believe, as well.
Yeah, he's fractured his collarbone, and we've got a specialist that's going to have a look at it next week. I'm hopeful that, obviously, with the injury happening in pre-season, he won't actually miss much of the league season. Touch wood that he'll be able to start his rehab and get back sort of in September time, that he won't miss a huge amount. But it's a bitter blow for Matty and a bitter blow for the football club. Again, another player that had a brutal run with injuries last year. We were seeing he was flying in pre-season, and we really felt this was the year we were going to see the same Matty that we had in League One when he was bursting into the box and scoring goals. So, really disappointed for the boy, but You know, he's got a good medical team, and we'll get, you know, specialists to look at that, and we'll get him back on the grass as quick as we can.
Yeah, fingers crossed that isn't too long, because a fit Matty Todd is very much a positive for us.
100%.
Also a positive from last season was how well the reserves did, the younger boys, obviously winning the League Cup, and we'll expect a couple of them to be making a mark this season as well.
Yeah, we hope so. We don't want to put too much pressure on them, but you know, we've consistently made investment in the academy over the last few years. I said it in an update a few weeks ago, and you know, to reiterate that point, there's no point developing young players if you're not going to continue the pathway for them into the first team. So again, like I said, with injuries to the first teamers, getting them back for pre-season, adding some quality as well from the early signings. That we've now got 3 of those young players that are on their first pro contracts after their apprenticeships, so they're forming part of the first team squad as well this season. We all love to see a local boy do well, and you know, one of the reasons why we brought James and Dave to the club 2 years ago was their experience and their ability to, you know, develop young players, embrace that, and give them the platform to you know, kick on from that. So yeah, some of those players will form the group. We've got another 6 full-time academy players that are in on a day-to-day basis that we're going to continue to work hard on to develop them, and you know, pick the moment where it's the right, you know, the manager can pick the moment where he thinks it's the right time for them to go and represent the club.
We also have a new figure in charge of the academy as well, if you'd like to tell us a wee bit about him.
Yeah, sure. So obviously Greg Shields made the decision to move on last season. Greg, you know, represented the club with distinction, whether that was on the pitch here or coaching. So big boots to fill, and you know, we took our time. We ran quite an extensive recruitment process to identify candidates that we thought had the right fit to build on that great work that Greg had done. John McLaughlin was one of those candidates that we spoke to, and you know, great experiences in youth football in Scotland, especially around his time at Celtic and Hearts, and we feel that he's a, you know, a really strong candidate to continue that good work and help progress players into the first team. John will also take the reserve team and be that sort of bridge from academy into first team.
And I'm sure a lot of fans will be wondering what's the latest with the training ground as well. Obviously we're in partially, there's still some work to be done. What's the latest on that?
Yeah, so the whole pre-season's been done out of the Rosai training ground. This week we've had the modular changing rooms and facilities that have been dropped down onto the site. We've just got to do a little bit more of the connecting and the groundwork around that, and then that site is operational fully for the next 12 months. All of our academy teams will be in there, and in addition to that, you know, the community teams that play currently at different venues are likely to go in there. So it's great that we're using it on a day in, day out basis. Over the summer, before pre-season had even started, we were seeing the benefits of the site. We were seeing groups of the young players and first teamers going down there and doing a little bit of extra. We had the manager taking small groups in there before pre-season started to work with them on specific things and prep them the best that we possibly could ahead of pre-season. So that's us starting to see the fruits of having our own training ground like that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's obviously an attraction for players coming in, potential new signings further down the line as well. I noticed when I came in today, the queue was out the door for the shop. It seems like the new kit's going down well.
Yeah, the new kit's flying, and obviously it's a traditional pinstripe, albeit a double pinstripe. Really pleased with how the sales have gone with that. We launched our training wear and our pre-match wear as well, and some of the sizes have already sold out, so we're looking at reordering it. So really strong start to that. Also very excited that we've got an away kit to launch next week. SRJ Windows have played a big part in that as well. 10th anniversary, so this away kit has a little bit of something special that is a nod to that brilliant support we've had from them over a decade.
Yeah, I've had a wee sneak peek at the kit. It's very, very nice. You've got something to look forward to there. And just finally, obviously the season is upon us now. That's the start of July. It's only a couple of weeks away really, and then start of August for the league campaign. Fixture lists are out. That's always an exciting one. We can see the big matches already, and it would be great to have this place rocking for those and all the rest of the matches as well.
Yeah, I mean, for Falkirk to be our first home game is brilliant. I'm sure that's captured the imagination of our supporters, and it's only 5 weeks away from now, so excitement, momentum will continue to build on that. I think a good group for us in the League Cup as well, so there's opportunity to try and win our games in that and try and progress in the League Cup. Season tickets continue to go well for us. You know, we're in excess of 2,700 season tickets. Still a bit to go to hit the levels that we did last year, but you know, we're making progress towards that. We're still with 5 weeks to go. And you know, last year we had the highest average attendances at the club for over 20 years. And that backing, that vocal backing that supporters gave us through some difficult times as well, by the way, we appreciate that. It wasn't always plain sailing, but that backing's massive. You know, financially it's important to the club, but not only that, importantly, the backing they give the team helps us get, you know, points, helps us get victories. And so I've said it before, I always think we're a stronger club when we're all together working in the same direction. So, you know, the more fans that we've got coming into the stadium, the stronger the football club is.
Well, hopefully we'll see this place absolutely bouncing come the new season. Thanks very much, David. Speak soon.
Cheers.